This episode of the Wheel of Time Community Show is sponsored by Tor Books and our Patreon supporters.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Wheel of Time Community Show, produced by Dragonmount, sponsored by Tor.com and our wonderful Patreon community. I'm Ebony, your host for today, and in this episode we are going to be getting down on a hot topic that's on everyone's mind. I'm talking about sex, of course. But wait, before you turn us off and report us to YouTube, let me clarify. I'm talking about how much sex will appear in Amazon Prime's upcoming Wheel of Time TV series. Oh, and this episode has a ton of spoilers for the series, so beware. So, a lot of fans are wondering, how much sex are we going to get in the show? Well, to answer that question, you've got to go back to the books. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be much sex in the Wheel of Time at all. But that's because Robert Jordan wrote in such a way that allowed us to use our imagination on the details. But if you look closely, there's plenty of sexy stuff in the series. I mean, you've got Rand and Min getting it on all the time. You've got Rand and Aviendha, Rand and Elaine, Mat and Melendra, Mat and Tuon, Mat and Tylan, Perrin and Faile, Lan and Nynaeve, and the entire Green Aja. I mean, you get my point. There's a lot of sex. But most of it happens off screen. So the question is, how much will they put on screen? Now, Game of Thrones was known for its gratuitous use of sex for sex's sake. I hope, that Wheel of Time will take a more sophisticated route. I'm thinking they're going to focus mostly on Rand and his girls, maybe give Mat a scene or two, being the rogue that he is. Now, I am interested in how they're going to handle Mat and Tylan's relationship, since there's so much controversy about it in the fandom. And then, of course, I think we'll see a few eyes-to-eyes sex scenes just to show they're human. Now, the bigger question for me is how they're going to handle all the nudity. I mean, there's a lot more nudity in the series than there is sex, and there's a lot of sex. I mean, we've got a ton of bath scenes. We've got Raising to Accepted, Raising to Aes Sedai, and the Raising of Amyrlin, all that take place clad in the light. We've got sweat tents, we've got sea folk ships, and we've got Aiel that'll get naked at the drop of a hat. I mean, that's a lot of nudity. So this raises the question, how true will they stay to the book? Are they going to go for full nude scenes or just imply it? Based on the most recent fantasy series that have been released, I think they're going for full nude scenes. I predict the show will have a TVMA rating, which will allow for sex, nudity, and violence, but that's a whole nother video. And while most of what I've mentioned happens in later books or seasons, I think it's safe to say that we will have sex scenes in the first season, maybe even the first few episodes. As we've talked about before, Alana's official character description describes her as having a sexual relationship with both of her warders, so we may see that early on. But we have to remember, this is an adaptation, not a literal or direct translation of the series. While it probably won't be as gratuitous as Game of Thrones, we should expect the unexpected. We might even see some of the Two Rivers Five getting intimate with people early on in the series. So, tell me what you think. Leave your comment about sex and nudity in Amazon Prime's Wheel of Time TV series down below. See you next time, guys!
Thanks for watching and sticking around until the end. As always, please click on that subscribe button and click the thumbs up. And please leave us a comment. We love comments, especially positive ones. And if you have a friend that enjoys the Wheel of Time, please let them know about us and our show. Share the Wheel of Time wealth. A special thanks to our sponsor for the show, Tor Books, as well as our amazing Patreon community. If you would like to learn more about how the show is made or get some additional insights into the Wheel of Time, then you too can become a Patreon supporter. And of course, follow Dragonmount on social media. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.